SGA Shai Gilgeous Alexander goes off against the Atlanta Hawks. Thunder are 3-0 at this point. Chet goes off as well, but we'll check out the SGA highlights and then we'll get to the numbers. After we've seen the highlights, get your Godwin GOAT ball hog gloves as well. Get your fucking handles up, bro. Do you have the audio muted or Adam Silver is going to do butt stuff to me? Shai just bringing up the court. He was cooking Dyson Daniels all game. That's super nasty. Just the bump off and the fadeaway. Another shoulder bump step back in Dyson Daniels' face again. Best mid-range shooter in the NBA. Nice block there. That one's nasty. Just his pace, his change of pace. Everyone's so worried about him bumping and getting to the mid-range that he bumps and just flies right by. For the nice reverse layup. This one's nice as well. Has him in the post. They did call a foul. We'll run this back. I don't think this was a foul in my opinion, but that's a beautiful move by SGA though. Just in the mid post. Fakes the spin baseline. Little jab step. Pulls it back and fires right in Dyson Daniels' face. They did give SGA the and one. Let's watch it one more time. This was not a foul in my opinion. I don't think Daniels is in his landing space. I don't really see that as a landing space foul. I feel like SGA kicked out a little bit. If you watch SGA's right leg, it kind of goes out. Yeah, I mean, SGA just kind of kicks Dyson Daniels in the calf on that one. There's no contact up top that I can see. So if you think it's a foul, please let me know below where you saw the foul, not from like an SGA hater standpoint, and just watching the game. Nice kick. I think that's AJ Mitchell. He's been cold out there as well. I love that play also. Just gets to the mid post. Little pass fake. That's actually Wiggins on that three. Wiggins is cold as well, though. Little in and out pass fake. Up and wide open. And just pops the jumper. He wants the foul on that one as well. Let me see. He might have a case. Let me see on this one right here. I think SGA just kicked out again. I don't think that one was a foul, but just a nasty mid-range jumper. Kick out to Cason Wallace for another wet-ass three. That one's nasty. The reverse between the legs. They don't call a foul on this one, but Shai got fucking hacked. He got raked across the arm on this one. Gets hit all on the left arm and just finishes. That's a nasty finish in traffic on that move. Little hesitation. Pull up right on Dyson Daniels. Again, he was cooking Dyson Daniels all game. Splits a double. Goes to the pull up. I do think that one was a foul and they didn't call it. We'll run it back. To Dyson Daniels real quick. That's the best perimeter defender in the NBA. In a lot of people's opinion would be that. I would take Amen Thompson over Dyson Daniels for just like one-on-one on-ball defense, but Dyson is up there in the top three most likely. On this one, splits, raises up. I don't think he got hurt, but he twisted his ankle on that play, and I do think Trae Young was in his landing space on that play. SGA comes, pulls up. Yeah, Trae Young was all in his landing space on that one. That one should have been a foul, but they didn't call the foul on that play. Kick out to Chet. Chet was going off in this game. Knocks down a three. I think Chet had 31 as well. Just gets in the paint. Kick out to Lou Dort for an easy three. This one's nasty. Just cooking, step back. Knocks down the three. That's the next part in SGA's game we kind of want to see him develop would be his three ball. Then just get better as a playmaker, but he brings so much gravity. Just easy little shot. I would say in the mid-range, that's just right in the paint. SGA, again, he just attracts so much gravity that even on this play, 1, 2, 3, 4, he has 4 pairs of eyes on him. He hasn't even done anything. He's not like a Jokic type of playmaker or a Luka type of playmaker, but he just attracts so much attention when he has the ball that it opens up a lot of opportunities for his teammates. Sometimes Shai will get the hockey assist. He doesn't necessarily get the direct assist, but a lot of those open buckets are just due to his gravity offensively. That one's nasty. Little in and out crossover. Gets the paint for the finish. AJ Mitchell is so nice. Just another big three from SGA. AJ Mitchell again. AJ Mitchell's a fucking hooper, dude. I don't know where SGA gets all these good ass players from, but they find a way to do it. So SGA finishes with 30 points. He has 30 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. He's 12 from 17 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3, and 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Imagine that. He only shot 4 free throws in a game. Not to be a hater, this is more from like a showing SGA love standpoint, because people say, take away the free throws from SGA and he's trash. He only scores these points because of his free throws. All right, fucking give SGA 4 free throws. He's 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He still scores 30 points. So I don't agree with that narrative where people say, if you take away SGA's free throws, he's not going to be shit then. All right, take the free throws away. He's still a 30-point per game scorer on 50% efficiency. So I don't agree with that. It frustrates me with SGA because you're on this side or you're on this side. You can't just have a logical conversation with SGA. If SGA flops one time in a game and I say, that's a flop, you're a fucking hater, dude. You hate SGA. You can't appreciate basketball. If SGA makes like a nice jumper and I say, that was a badass jump shot by SGA, you're fucking SGA glazer, dude. Get SGA's nuts out of your mouth. They're not in my mouth. They probably wouldn't fit. They're probably fucking humongous. But with that being said, I just watch basketball. I like to watch basketball and just have an opinion on what I'm watching in the games. People, again, love to hate on SGA because of the flopping and the foul baiting. Is he one of the most notorious floppers and foul baiters in the NBA? Yes, he definitely is. Is he one of the best scorers of all time? Yes, he definitely is that as well. He scored 30 points per game plus 3 seasons in a row, and he shot 50% or better efficiency all 3 of those seasons. He's going to do it again. He's going to score fucking 32 points a game this season and be 50% or better efficiency again. I would bet money on it. So he's an amazing scorer, one of the best shooting guard scorers of all time, so I definitely recognize that. But the people that are, SGA Glazers on the SGA bandwagon, whatever you want to call it, I do feel like I said before, you're just on one side or the other side. I wish we could just have a logical conversation about SGA's game. Because in this game, I was showing you all the plays. There was plays where I thought he wasn't fouled and they blew him the whistle. There was plays where I thought he was obviously fouled and they don't blow the whistle for him. So it's not like he gets every single call out there all day. I do feel like he has one of the best whistles in the NBA, but at the same time, he is really crafty. He does draw a lot of fouls. And if you watch a Thunder game, even if he has 15 plus free throws, a lot of the time he does get fouled on probably 85-90% of those plays. But you'll see, the low light reel, highlight reel, whatever you want to call it. People make a reel of SGA flopping, or this play he flopped, this play he foul baited. One thing he does that really frustrates me is dribbling the ball in his right hand. Someone sticks their arm in, he hooks them with the left hand, then brings the ball to his left hand and acts like he's going up into a shooting motion. I don't think that's really crafty, honestly. That one really annoys me. If you know that play I'm talking about, where he likes to do that, it's like you're not even going into a shooting motion. You just hook the defender, so the defender's arm is just stuck in here, and then you bring the ball to your arm. The defender's hooked, and you're going into your pull up with the defender hooked. Because I feel like that should be an offensive foul. Just like when someone comes around, they wrap them with the off arm to get around them. But with that being said, SGA puts the officials in a position to make a difficult call. If you don't like SGA's play style, or if you don't like all the free throws he shoots, you should get mad at the commissioner. You should get mad at the officials for calling these fouls. If the officials weren't awarding SGA with these foul calls, when you want to say he's flopping, foul baiting, whatever you want to call it, if he wasn't getting these foul calls, if it wasn't effective, he wouldn't be doing all the same stuff. If you watch SGA in the Olympics, he's not flopping, he's not foul baiting in the Olympics because he knows by those FIBA rules that's not going to be effective in his game. It was the same thing with Şengün. When Şengün was playing EuroLeague, Olympics basketball, he was not doing all the flopping and foul baiting that you see in the NBA. So if you want to get mad at SGA for the free throws he shoots, this and that, get mad at the officials, get mad at the NBA for the way these games are officiated, because if I'm able to go out there and I know I can do this and that, and I'm going to get to the free throw line, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm trying to win at whatever cost for my team, and if that means some people are going to say I flop or I foul bait, whatever, so be it. So that's the frustrating thing for me. I recognize SGA is one of the best scorers of all time. He's a spectacular player. I love to watch SGA play. He's basically much must-see TV. So I will say that I love SGA, one of the best scorers of all time. This is going to be his 4th season in a row, scoring 30-plus points or more on 50% efficiency, and it's just fucking amazing. I'm a Kobe Bryant glazer. I'll proudly say that, and Kobe Bryant never went 4 seasons in a row averaging 30 points or more on 50% shooting. Shai's incredibly efficient, just an incredible scorer. with that being said, SGA does flop and foul bait quite a lot, probably more than a lot of players in the NBA. And when I see a particular play when he flops or foul baits, I'll say, hey, that was a flop. And then the very next play, if SGA makes some amazing jump shot or some amazing play, I'll say, man, that was a fucking amazing play. SGA is one of the best scorers that I've ever seen. My last point, probably my best way to kind of express my opinion on SGA is, if you ask me, is Manu Ginobili one of the worst floppers and foul baiters of all time? Yes, Manu Ginobili is one of the worst floppers and the worst foul baiters of all time. I'm a diehard Spurs fan, and I will say that. I can recognize that. If you ask me after that, is Manu Ginobili a Hall of Famer and one of the best basketball players of all time? I'd say yes, he's that. He's one of the worst floppers of all time, and at the same time, he's one of the best basketball players that I've ever seen. Ginobili was super crafty. Ginobili, he kind of popularized flopping among guards, to be honest. Once Ginobili came in, he popularized a lot of those crafty moves people do today and get fouls for. Ginobili would dribble in the paint. He goes to that rip-through move. People are ripping at his arms. I'm pretty sure Ginobili invented the head snap. If y'all remember when Ginobili came in, he had the long hair. He's dribbling. You bump his shoulder. You bump his shoulder. And watching it back then, I was just kind of younger, too young to kind of recognize, I guess, flopping and foul baiting, but SGA does the head snap a whole lot. Trae Young does the head snap a whole lot. And guess who invented that move? Manu Ginobili, one of my favorite players of all time. I love Prime James Harden. Prime James Harden is one of the best playmakers, one of the best scorers I've ever seen in my entire life. Was Prime James Harden a horrible flopper and foul baiter? Yes, he was. Is he one of the best scorers and playmakers I've ever seen? Yes, he is. So that's what I don't understand. We can't just stay in the middle and have a conversation about the players. Back to the Harden point. If y'all remember the play, there was one play where they swipe his beard. He has like a fucking 6-inch beard. They swipe his beard. They're literally 6 inches, like a half a foot away from his chin. His chin is not Jay Leno, but they hit his beard, and Harden, like they barely scrape the hairs of his chinny chin, and he flops and he gets the foul call. So, like I was saying before, be more mad at the officials than the players for their play styles, and let's appreciate SGA for his scoring dominance and just being an amazing Hall of Fame level scorer, for being one of the best shooting guards that we've ever seen in the NBA. And let's try to meet in the middle. That's my one thing. Shai is just such a polarizing player that, I can't say, hey, that play was a flop without being just labeled an entire SGA hater. And I can't watch SGA make one cool fadeaway jumper and say, hey, that was a cool fadeaway jumper from SGA. Did you see that, guys? And then everyone says, oh, you're a fucking SGA Glazer, dude. You can't say anything good about that guy. If you do, you don't love basketball and you love flopping and foul baiting. Just such a ridiculous conversation around SGA. But with that being said, 30 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, fucking cooked Dyson Daniels. He's 12 for 17 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3. He only shoots 4 free throws. Of course, he makes them all, and he scores 30 points. I'll finish it off just back to the point I said earlier. Those people that say, oh, SGA sucks, you take away SGA's free throws and he's not a good player. All right, they took his free throws away tonight. He still scored 30 points on 60% shooting, the majority of those shots being tough-ass fadeaways and pull-up jumpers. So, I don't agree with those people. Oh, SGA wouldn't be shit. He couldn't score points without his free throws, because there's a lot of nights where he doesn't get a lot of free throws, and he still gives you fucking 30, 35 points on 50% shooting. So, love SGA, spectacular player, amazing to watch. I think we can acknowledge that he flops and foul baits and still acknowledge that he's one of the greatest players we've ever seen. So please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 7 million subscribers. Please comment below what you think about SGA's performance, what you think about SGA just as a player, and if you think that we can have a more reasonable discussion about SGA without being on, you're on this side, stay on this side, you're a complete hater, or you're over here, you said one good thing about SGA, you're a fucking SGA Glazer. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.